Hey my beautiful witches, it is Murphy Hunter, Gray Hunter here, and it's time for another video. Yay! Okay, pulling out a topic. Okay. And it is feeling overwhelmed. Okay. This is a really good topic because I actually really wanted to talk about this one. And actually I tried to make a video about this about a week ago, but oh my god, it was so hard. I was only trying to make a 10-minute video and I just kept getting interrupted and it was ridiculous. Anyway, okay, feeling overwhelmed. I wanted to make this video because I've had a few fellow witches, and I've seen some videos where witches were feeling overwhelmed with their witchcraft. You know, and I can see where that would happen, because in some cases, you know, you become overwhelmed because when you get into witchcraft or whatever spiritual path you are taking, but in this case we're going to say witchcraft, and you get really excited and you're like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to get into this, and you go just stir crazy. And you go buying everything you see. Every video you've seen, every other witch that you've seen, any books that you've seen reviews on, anything. You run out and buy it. So you're posting videos or taking pictures and put it on your page or whatever. I got this, I got that, I got this candle, I got this tarot set, I got this oracle deck, I have this witchcraft book, I have these candles and blah blah blah. And, you know, and then you're like, well, what do you do with it? Well, I don't know. You know, it's like when you go and you're at the shop. I just have this on my desk. But you go to the witchy shop or you're online looking at stuff. And this is just basic sage, a sage incense. Okay, so anyway. So you go to the shop and you see this box of sage. And you're like, smells so good. Like, oh, I'm going to buy that. Okay, well then you buy it, and you bring it home, and you light it, and you burn it, and someone says, oh, well, what is this for? And you're like, oh, it's an incense. Okay, but why are you burning it? Well, because it smells good. Okay, but what else? Oh, I don't know, because all the other witches do it. You know, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that, you know, you can become overwhelmed quickly if you are doing things that you don't understand. If you are jumping into things too quickly. You know, in witchcraft, you really have to start with, you know, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 steps, you know. And, you know, but you can't go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps and jump to, like, you know, 48, 49, 50 and miss all that in the middle. You can't do that. It won't fall into place. You know, you're going to feel lost, you're going to feel overwhelmed, you're going to be confused, and then you're going to start talking about, you know, things that you've read and things that you've seen videos on, but you don't really understand what you're doing, and so you go and you make a video, or you make a post, or you verbalize to someone, or you're trying to do spell work, and nothing's working. And, you know, and you're just wondering, why am I not getting results? Or why am I getting bashed? Why is everybody hating me? Why is everybody saying this to me and saying that to me? Why do I have, you know, all these people, you know, saying all these cruel things to me? Or, you know, and it's because it's not that other witches, okay, yes, other witches can be cruel. Not all, but some witches can be very cruel in you know, when seeing someone post things about things that they don't understand. Only because, I think, this is just my opinion, because we as witches take what we do very, very serious. You know, witchcraft is not a game. It's not a, like a phase that we go through in life. It's not like, oh, this is a cool thing to do, because we're not in high school. Most of us are grown individuals, and we have gone through a lot to find this path. And we take it very serious. So we put in a lot of work and dedication into our craft. And that can be as simple as picking up a book and reading it front to back, not few pages here and there. You know, and I'm not just talking about picking up a spell book. I'm talking about starting from the foundation, building a foundation on your path that you're taking into witchcraft. You need to read about, where did witchcraft start? Who were the first witches? Where did, you know, what does it mean to be a witch? How does that, what does it do for your life? How can you better yourself? How can you help others? What is it that you pray to, or who is your higher power, or, you know, what is a deity? How is that deity or patron or goddess or God play in your life? Do you have to have one? You know, what are all the different types of witchcraft? You know, you have paganism. You got lots of things that fall underneath that. You know, so when someone says, well, I'm a witch, that can be all different types of witches. And I'm not just talking about the different colored witches, because I don't really, just myself, I don't go by the colors. White witch, you know, black witch, gray witch. You know, witchcraft is what you make it, you know. I always said I'm an eclectic witch. And I say that term because I do study everything. I don't just pick one particular type and stay there. Some witches do, and they're comfortable in that. For me, I want to go around and do this and do that and do that. But, you know, I don't, you know, I make sure that I start at the very beginning. When I was teaching my kids and teaching my friends, you know, that were interested in witchcraft, I always told them, you need to start with the foundation. Know what it means to be a witch. Know where that, it's just like if you're saying that you are, if you are a Buddhist. Well, people are going to be curious, like, well, what does that mean? What does that mean? And tell me about it. If you can't sit, and especially with witchcraft, because, you know, people get all, like, freaky and scared, and, oh, you're a devil worshiper, and blah, blah, blah. You know, y'all know all the things that people say. You know, and so, you know, it's not our job to educate people, but if we did more of, you know, educating someone, and even if we could just tell them 2 or 5 good things about witchcraft, you know, just those few things that you tell them can actually make a difference in one person. And maybe that person will take it to another person and tell them, well, hey, you know, it's really not that bad. Instead of defending ourselves and, you know, and fighting with someone about we don't have to fight about our religion and who we are. People don't have to accept it, and that's okay. That's okay. But what I'm saying is that you need to know about the foundation of witchcraft for yourself. So you'll know, you know, you'll know about the spiritual path that you're taking. And so when other witches see someone say, oh, I'm a witch, and you don't know even the basic foundation of witchcraft, and you are calling yourself a particular type of witch, yeah, it's going to make some people angry, because, you know, some of us have worked really, really hard for that title and are steady defending that title. And then you have some people who just pick up a book and tomorrow, oh, I'm a witch, I know everything. And they go and they say or do some stupid stuff that not just impacts them, it impacts all of us that are witches. So I always say, if you're going to be a witch, please start with the foundation and learn about witchcraft and what it means. What does it really mean besides the spells and the potions and the oils? Some witches don't even do any of that. I mean, and so it's a big responsibility to say you're a witch. And if you're going to say you're a witch, you better put the time and the work and the dedication that it takes to learn what your spiritual path is. So that way you can represent all of us. You know, not just yourself, but all of us. Because we all need to stick together. Whatever type of witches we are, we need to stick together. So we're not hated on so much, you know. But I think that's where people become overwhelmed, because they don't understand what it is that they are. And you have gone so far and you feel like you're drowning because you just, you know, you're either broke because you've bought so much stuff and you don't know how to use any of it, or you feel like you're overwhelmed because you're trying to learn about candle magic, and you're trying to learn about oil magic, and you're trying to learn about, you know, how to make herbs, you know, into your craft work, and how to make mojo bags, and oh, maybe I want to do a voodoo doll, or maybe I want to do this. You're becoming so overwhelmed by throwing everything into it when you need to just take one step at a time. You know, like when I talk to different people, yes, I do all those things that I just talked about. Candle magic, oil magic, herbs, voodoo dolls, mojo bags. I do Santeria, hoodoo, voodoo. You know, I do all different types of magic. But I've been doing this for a long time. So, but when I first started, I had to start at the very beginning to learn. Even though my grandmother, you know, was into witchcraft, and I saw a lot of things that she did, I still didn't really understand, because she didn't teach me about what witchcraft is and what it means to be a witch. And so I didn't know the history of it. That I had to do on my own. And so you're not going to learn it from you know, watching these TV shows about witches. I mean, they're great to watch, but it's not really, you know, you really need to pick up a book and read the history of witchcraft. And now there's so many things on the internet. You can read it on your phone, documentaries. There is information out there, but, you know, you have to watch facts, not some type of made-up show where the witches, you know, can do all these special powers and looking all, you know, skinny and sexy and fine. Come on, because we are not all like that, okay? Only some of us are. No, I'm just saying. I mean, you know, like Charmed. I love Charmed and Witches of East End. You know, I love shows like that. But, you know, that's not... There was only like a percentage of that stuff that we really could, you know, really link up to that stuff that we do. But... you know, that stuff is all fun and you know, nice, but it really doesn't break it down. So, yeah, if you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because you don't know what you're doing. And I don't mean to say that in an ugly way. I'm just saying that you don't know what you're doing. You've gotten so overwhelmed. You've gotten way ahead of yourself, and you're lost. You know, and so it's just like throwing somebody into college algebra, and they don't even know how to add and subtract. Kind of like that, you know? You feel overwhelmed, you feel lost, and you're just like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I think I'm choosing the wrong thing. You just got to start back at the beginning. And some of you who have said that you got to start back at the beginning, you know, that's good. That's really good that you have, that you can say that and know what your limit is, and know that sometimes you make a mistake and you got to start back at the beginning, start fresh, and work your way back. You know, so, but in order to, so you don't have to keep doing that, just do it right the first time. So if you can send that message to the next witch, you know, letting them know, hey, if you're into witchcraft, you really need to start with the foundation. Build yourself a strong foundation, and know, excuse me, and know what witchcraft is. Build that foundation, and then build on top of that. Build what being a witch is, and where witchcraft started, and what that impact is going to do to your life. How is it going to impact your life by being a witch? And are you going to be strong enough to hold that title? Because you know there's a lot of friends and family and just people in general that don't understand, and they're going to try to break you down and bash you and tell you you're the devil and you're going to go to hell. So, you know, you got to be strong enough to carry that name as well. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody. All right, guys. Till the next video. Blessed be. Bye.